Hi everybody, good afternoon. Trying to do the MBR GPT. I started. It's a bit long room and too much information. This first of all, it's a free room, so it's a free room, so everybody can read. I'm more interested to do the labs part of it. Um, so this introduction, it's all about hard drive. This one is more like MBR and GPT. These two type of what they call them, the one for the partition and the boot and all of that. So here is about introduction to exactly how, for example, when you start a computer, how computer, wherever it is inside the computer, know which drive, how to start on all of that. So basically this puzzle there, so basically that's what the story, as I said, guys, you can read when you have time. It's a free room, so you can read about it. So basically there is and however, the computer still need to map the help guide through the partition. When the start, of course, with these two well known. If you did CompTIA A plus, you will know these things. So the MBR, the master boot record, and the new one, the GBT GUID, what they call it, GUID or GUID partition table are different partition. This is the new one. That's the usually the older one, and then GPT usually work with where is that UIE? We're not yet there. Is located in the very first boot sector. Of course, that's how we start looking for the all information about the disk. It's also executed during the boot process of the system. And that's why sometimes I think it was Red Hat or something where you have secure boot and was but talk about it in Linux Word. So before you start, you need to verify signature or something in that regard. That's why we talk about Bootkit or something too. That's why the GPT come the updated version of the boot. So the learning objective for this room, of course, the boot process, the structure of the MBR, the GBT, the attacks, and then we have practice scenario. The good ones, a bit confused for a bit. So what are the separate section on disk known as disk is of course drives the section when you it's like partition you partition how is spell partition. So this one is state. Let's go quick on these things. Then we have which type of malware. The boot process is what they call the bootkit. I think the bootkit with an S, no, not an S, singular. Then the boot process, if you did contain other process, if you when you start power the computer, the post check, then locate the booted device, then has what the read, the load the bootloader, and then it'll tell him the partition where is the OS. That's why sometimes if I didn't find an OS or something like that. Yeah, this is more like CompTIA plus. This, I think these other rooms in TryHackMe related to this. So here explains quickly the power on the system. You start the CPU, start the BIOS, and that's one I was talking about, UEFI, and then we have so the bio basic input output system, and we have this is the new version, the one that has it can do a lot of size. I think this one only have 4 partition. I think that the bio has been used for decade, and it run in 16-bit and only have the 2 terabytes. I think also partition has and then UEFI come a replacement for the bio offering 3264. There we have a lot of space there. The partition will come later on. For example, here he said by pressing Windows R and type. Okay, I'm connecting through X3 RDP. It's better for me to connect through RDP than using the one. So if I go there, he said what? Press Control R. Let's see the Control R in Windows. There's no Control Y. Let's just run the command here. What's Windows? Just and then what we type, we can type ms info32 um, MSM432. Then the bio, where is the bio device? The boot. Where are you? The bio mode legacy. So it used the legacy. So there we know. So it's a legacy system. So like in this legacy, so it's not using the UEFI. And then the power save test, if we could check all the screen, keyboard, the memory, the mouse. So post save check. Then that's where the things come. Locate the bootable device, because either to boot from hard drive, boot from USB. There is no SDK. You can do that too. Okay, guys, you can read about it. Let's go quickly. Note: the method of checking your disk partition schema differed for different operating system. Get disk in PowerShell. Um, Windows, we can do disk, I think. Where's the disk? Not disk, create a format partition. Like in this one, we should see it. Okay. So the one that we work in, so we have a disk C10, 2 partition. And what's this one? This one maybe the later on we use it for saving. Okay, let's close this one so machine doesn't come slow. So you guys, yeah, you can go through this as I'm doing the labs. I think most of you, if you did CompTIA and you start, you know all of that. What is the name of the hardware? There only say check performed during the boot process. The boot process, we do the power on what? This is the post one, so we can do that quickly. Which firmware support the GPT partition? The new one. The where is that UA? This one. The UA. I think this one. Then we have which device has the operating system to boot the system? Is the what do you call that? Locate a bootable device. See one of this wherever you want. Network. You also can. I think you can do from network. Now we start in the labs. The part we're looking for. So for me, I'm using this. I logged through this through X3. So I have this full screen. Now they give us two. We have this. So we have XHD for the hex file editor. They give us also for this room we have four files. We have one the corrupt one, the GBT, and then the last one. Now we're starting with the first one. How to zoom this thing? Can it zoom? Paste input, right in circle. Okay, I hope guys you can see it. I don't know how you zoom this thing. Okay, I think, yeah, if you guys you can follow, I hope you can. So if we go near you open as we show now, and then of course you have this is the axis, so most of the time you can't read these things. And then you have the first thing in remember, so people get confused. They only give us the first MBR, because if you look, for example, this file disk in where is that? Not in document. If you look the size of the file, because some people usually mister, where is that file? Where did we open it from local disk analysis. Okay, close this so we don't slow the machine. This PC analysis, you can see this GPT that we are using now. It's no, the MBR. It's a small, so basically that's why sometimes the next one, when people try to search, they don't find it, because it's not the full one. It just gives us the MBR, not the whole partition or all of that. So the first thing you can see, there's 16 of them. 1 2 3 4, this line there are 16, you can count them. and this one is what, 50. Let's see what how long is that thing. The MBR take 500 byte space, so 32 by 16. Yeah, we have you can, this is 16, we have 32. If you count them, there are 32 of them. And then interesting part, you must look at the end. The end is always 55 AA, so that's what we know. How we know it's MBR. That's why we call it a magic number. That the MBR signature represented by 55A. When you see it, it know it's an MBR. Now the master boot 512. The screenshot is this, so you can really quickly you can see the axis and all that. So that no, not that you. So that's the axis, and then yeah, I think the first. This is where us what this is the part we're interested with. I think the what they call that, the top one. Yeah, the 80 20 and leave the 55. So the bootstrap code, the most of it, of 446 byte. Then we are most of interested us is the 64 byte, and the 2 byte is the magic one. So this one is not interested for us. Our interest is start from this to that. This, if you count them, is 16 16 16 16 is 64, so it must be 64. Let me see what yeah, the first one is bootcode. The first component of the MBR is the bootloader code. They cover 446. It's shown in the screen. It's not like we're interested only in this one. This part of the code contains the initial bootloader. The initial bootloader is the first thing that exists as the MBR. The initial bootloader code has primary purpose of finding the bootable partition. So we're not in this room too much concentrating on that part. It can be disassembled into assembly language. We are not doing assembly language, so let's jump straight. This one is a 65. As I said, it is a 64, so we have 64 because we have 4 rows. 1 2 3 4 is a 64 row, and they give us this, for example, an example. Now to understand, is not the same as the room. Remember, this and this is not. It's a different setup, so you don't get confused when you see this. It's not the same with the screenshots. Now, here's the, if I remember correctly, they played the first 4 digit, then the first, then 1.07. So in this case, we have this, the first 4. Then if you go, the first 4 are yeah, the 80 is the boot indicator, then the next 3 digits, the 20 21 0 is a CSS address. We're not really interested in this one, and that's why the partition type is most important. Remember that it can be 70 with something else. In our case is also, that's the number 7. And then the next one is ending CSS address, and then we have the next 8, next 4. This is the what always interesting for us. Starting LBA address is the FF. This one is what because this we can find where the partition start, and then we have the next 4 are number of sectors. Now if you highlight them, you can find like for example the next 4, what it said to just go there for before we jump. And here is a detailed explanation, guys. Usually don't try to confuse yourself too much detail because it's an easy room or medium room you can learn. But for us, the most interesting is this one, the starting LBA address. Of course, this one, the partition is there. Partition type, every partition in the file say NTFS, Fathetix. I think that's, let's see if they give us the number, this website. So we know 7 is an FTS, so we give you, okay, that we have that information. Okay, so for us the most you check what's this one, so the byte number 4, partition type, and the starting LBS, and then endings, the last 3 bytes of the NDC, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is more like the hardware, not the software we're looking for. Cylinder head sector is the 3 byte that tell you where the partition is starting from the disk. It's more physical address, and because once we do an analysis, we're more interested in the logical block, which is this one. So now the logical block address LBR is the logical address that indicate the start of the partition. Okay, so it become difficult for us to locate it. However, yeah, because we saw the starting CH address give us the starting address of the partition, but because it give you the physical, we're looking more at the logical one. Now, how to find this? Of course, now they do an example here. They tell you, okay, you do this, you convert it to decimal. Of course, you need to do what? Do we need to do the Indian? What they call that? Little ending and big ending. So the next step is to convert this into a decimal format. You can either use an online tool for this or view the decimal directly on that. And then now that we have the decimal value as no, the decimal value for remember, this room is not the same file. The screenshots are not there. So remember the our LB, what do you call it? I'm still not remembering the location, the LSB, the LB address. If you go there, if you highlight it here, you can it tell you 2048, in which exactly what we have in this example, 2 and then you know its sector is 512 in GPT. So now we have a decimal value, and then you multiply. So if you multiply that, you get 1 wherever. So if I go now, let's remember it 1048. So we can come here and just do file search, go to remember to do this decimal, select the decimal. That's my mistake. I did this mistake, 1048. We can copy 10576 576. So if remember, this is before we go there, let's cancel for now. Let me save it so I don't type it again. Control C, cancel. Remember, in this room, if you follow this screenshot, it doesn't have in this example it has where is that he do this, where is that 00, it's like it's not the same screenshot I'm looking at. 003, wait, 8, oh no, 820, the top one, 820, that's the first. Because also we need to know how many partition in the system, the number of the partition, where they are, the number of sector, the last 4 bytes of the application tell you the number of sector in the partition. We'll calculate the sector size by using this field head. Okay, this thing is better to practice. I'm already getting confused now. We'll come this when we try to solve the room to question. So basically you search and then you get the start of your partition. This will take us to the start of partition disk. This can help you carry detailed forensic specific partition. Primary method reversing the LB address, little ending converting to decimal, multiplying to the sector side, and finally searching it into the hex editor to jump to the exact location. You will encounter some other logical blocks. Okay, let's leave it there. Know the size of the partition. Down here, how do we tell you how to calculate the size? No, the last one, like in this example of the screenshot, if you follow the last one, the 00B0232003, they, no, what is that size of the partition again? First of all, you reverse it because of they were little Indians, so they become 03. Next step is to convert them to decimal, so I can just do there. Where is my decimal to converter? Which there's space, which is give me 52670,460. Oops. Then multiply it by 464. Let me see, we're getting the same address, 670, so 670. Then multiply it with sector and we get this bytes. You can go online, like for example, you just search and Google. For example, there you give him byte and he just convert it to you to gigabyte and you find it. So in this case, it give byte. It didn't tell you how many gigabyte. Now MBR signature by 512. The last two, that's the magic 55 and triple double A. That's how you know the MBR. I think, guys, I'm confusing you now. I think let's practice, otherwise we just get more confused. Which component of the MBR contain the detail of all partition present on the disk? Dun, 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 dun. This one is, where is that table thing? The partition table. What's the question again? Which component will be a content detail of all partition present in the disk? Then what standard sector size? This is 512, not 512, yeah, we multiply with 512. Which component of the MBR is responsible for finding the bootable partition? Um, we talk about it, the code, whatever that thing, the boot partition table, the one that we play on it now, the bootable. This is signature, the MBR bootable code, the one that we talk about it. Let's finish this question quickly. And then what is magic number inside the MBR? We talk about it because we know it's there. The last one, the 55A, double A, space double A. Now let's practice. What is the maximum number of partition MBR? We know it's 4. Oh, the practice is not here. What size of the second partition in MBR attached? Remember, because if you look here, you can, because if there was no partition, you find zeros, but now we have, if you look, for example, this is the first one, this is the first 16, so that's the first partition. So if we go looking for the second partition, the second partition should be this one. So if you follow this the same let me not get confused again. This is the second partition, 00. The one start with 80. 80 is like bootable. The second partition is not bootable. If we go now to our table, boot indicator, either be 80 or 00. It's 80, it means the partition is bootable. That makes sense because that's the first partition where it boot from. So the second partition is 00, so it's not bootable. Then we have the next three, the one we're not interested in the hardware. Then the next one is 1 byte partition type, which is mean this is 07, so we know it's the same partition as the example. So in our case will be, what it will be partition of 7, so it means it's an NTFS because Windows, I don't know why they have 2 there. And then if we look for the we have the 7, then we have this last 3. We're not interested in that. This is why we're interested as the logical one. So if you highlight now the 4, oh, something is, did I miss some digits? 3 and then 4. Yeah, so in our case 00F8FBF03. Just me copy it. No, we have a decimal. It's 62. Where's our Windows calculator now? So if I'm right, we can just copy the decimal here. It already copied for us. I don't need to do reverse, and let's do the calculator. Let's see if my Microsoft. Then we multiply a long time. Yeah, 512. So no, I'm confused now. It's not that one. I'm just flipping around. Um, the question is, what the question again? The size of the second partition. I'm confusing it with the size of the partition is the last ones. So keep this one. I'm confused now. So we have this one. This is the size of the second partition. So the way of the question is said when you look for the size of the partition, it tell you take it, reverse it, convert it. So if I copy now this, it said reverse it, so we can come here, just reverse it. So 01, then 0038 EB, because I'm reversing it. So if I convert it to become 16 there, if I come to my calculator, that's why I like this one, because I can copy and paste. Where is the multiply again? Multiply by 512, which is there. So if you get confused, you can just go there. Don't need to confuse people when there is information. It said 80. Did we do anything wrong here? Why it say 8? What partition is? What is the size of the second partition attached? Rounded to the. Why am finding it 8? See, when you make videos, always things go south. No, we're not interested in that. So you take them, you reverse them, you get and then multiply by 512. So what mistake we did? Second partition. This is the second partition. That's the first one, which this one the first one. No, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So 01 EB. Oh, that's my mistake. So 01 EB, reverse it. I think I was doing some. So 01 EB 3800. 3800. So if I convert it now, and then paste it, multiply by 512. Control C. If I come now to my friend Google, You could say 1535. The answer is 15, but I remember it was why I'm getting now, for the sake of God. Uh, ze- uh, 0038 EB01. What? Why things are not? So you reverse it to be 01, then EB3800. What the result we found? 3219. 3219. It's already calculated there. 321. So there is no need for that. 512. Okay, so is the calculator messed up here? Don't trust calculator from Windows. So if I copy this again, multiply by 512. Let's see. If I didn't do this room, I will lie. It's a 50 35. 1535 should be. What's the question? What is the size of the second partition MBR attached to the machine? Round to the nearest. So if it's 15, so it means round it to the next. So it's this is was in Discord yesterday when it go. I did myself. Someone asked me this question. Why I got confused already on it? Where's my answer? Oh, 32.3 is 13. But if you round it down, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, because this is because the answer, if you round it in math, I would just say 15. 15 is the wrong answer. You know what? Let me continue and think about it, because if you round it, you suppose 35, you round it to 15, not to 16. Let's continue. I might come back to this question to see what the hell is happening there. Oh, okay. Remember, I'm not doing the search part because doesn't work here. Let me explain to you why. Because this is, we are not having the whole disk here. It's only the MBR. So if I go, for example, the second partition here, like this one, and take that logical thing, and it's 2048. So it's the same as the example there. If I do search go to, I'm just to show you what I mean by it, because now you can see when he was going to search here. So in case you have the same problem, you say go search and type the same number. It's 1048 1048, and then 576. Even the example is not the same. 576 5766. You know, even if you go begin with and you go decimal, and then oh damn it, let me copy it. I'm just The reason why I'm using the same number because 2048, so even our example is not the same, but we have the same 2048. Let's move 5, so we are in the same 2048. So if I go this, it tell you this doesn't contain the offset because we don't have the full binary. Remember when I said it's 1K. When we do later on the corrupt one, you can see it has 30 gig on it. So don't get confused when the search option doesn't work for you because it's not the full partition. So now if hey guys, I need to do something. Let me pause quickly and come back to this quickly. Hi buddy, I'm back again. I'm back again. Just took a break. I'm getting confused now, especially with this one because 15035. If I was in math, I would put it 15, not 16. Otherwise, we're doing something wrong here. I think that's the partition. So that's the first. That's the first one, and this is the second one. And see, these are 3 partitions in this MBR. The question was for the 16. Second partition. Let's do something, another practice. Let's do the last ones. These two. So 01 D4. Let's do this. 01 D4. Reverse it. So 01 D4. I don't need to get why we did the same mistake. We can just do this. We'll find it here. 832 is this one. Let me do this quickly. Copy. Where is the calculator? V multiplied by 512. Control C. The last one will be 14.6. So these are 3 partition here. The second one 15. I assume we'll come back to it if I'm not forget. Let's go thread targeting MBR. So this is part of the room where the key part is the bootkit, with the one that when the machine starts. So this is one, the dangerous one. Ransomware, the first thing executing the disk during the boot process, and the boot process heavily relies on it. Oh, this one, PTR ransomware detected in 2016 encrypted the MBR rather than all the disk files. So if you encrypt it doesn't start. I'm not sure how you solve it if you encrypt it. Okay. The wiper malware, this type of malware intended to corrupt the MBR to make system unbootable. Yeah, maybe that's the that's when we practice. Now this is the no answer, just straightforward. Now let's start. Now scenario they give us is let's go because I remember the scenario. So we can open now. You see now they give us MBR corrupted, but here we have full disk. You can see the size of it is oops, what the is a 3, so that's why the search doesn't work when we do that. So if we went to the corrupt one, you can see now how long it is. You can see. So now we have a whole disk. So as he said, the first 64, we are not interested in the one. Where we enter? Where's this? You can see now they tell us a quick look at the 7 we are pointed to corruption. One of them is the logical address of the first partition. So they give us the correct logical address for the first partition, and they don't tell us the other one. We need to fix it. Remember, we're doing with MBR. The first thing when you do MBR, remember when not this one. Remember when you do an MBR, the first thing you know is to end with 55 AA. So this the magic number 55 it need to be there. So the first thing you do when you try to fix it, the first thing you can say, I can fix there. You just click, you just type, put the mouse there, 51 double. So we fix the first, the magic number. So we know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, the last 4 row. So we know it's, and you can see here we only have the rest as zeros, so it means only one partition here. So you can see it's only one, the rest are zeros. So we fix there, then they tell us the what's the room is talking about. If I go now to the room, he said it's the logical address, not the physical one. It's 00080000. So if I go now, where is the logical? Logic will come after the 3 ones, so it's this one. And the last 4 is the size. So we need to fix this one. So it's a 080000. So 080000. Hope we didn't do mistakes. Now this one is fine. So in theory we fix the, let's see what the question is. You can read our practice it straight in, no point we can read this. We just how many partitions? Let's first start. You can see the last 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We said we have this, and then we have 0, so we have one partition. This is 1. So here we can just say 1. Then what's the first byte at the starting of LBA of the partition? The hint, of course, they will tell us read the one that we did before. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so to do that, we need to go to the one that we just fixed now, the logical one. When you highlight it, you can see it's there. It would say 2048, and then we set to where is the clear here? So it's 2048 multiplied by 512 for the sector, and it gives us it's the same as the same example. You can see because the zeros is it's like almost symmetry. You can just we get the same result. So if I copy this 10.48776, and I said search, go to, most important, don't forget to click a decimal here. That's my mistake. Now because we have full disk, we can go now, and it should. What's the question again? Why it says wrong? 63. But if because it's no, it should be this one. Why I'm coming to the wrong place? Wrong because remember, no, not that one. The first partition should be after you get the zeros. Let's go back. I told you, whenever you make a video, things go south. How to open to the top? Why I can't go straight to the top? I thought to do this video tomorrow, but I said tomorrow I will do the. Why is not going straight to the top? Let's close it and no, I don't need to type again. It's like we went somewhere. Why is not going straight to the top? Let me close this. Yeah, let's save it because we already did that one. Save. Let's open it again. I don't know why he can't go to the top. It's like he's joking with me. So we did the 55A. We did the 0800, but our problem is this one. Why the size is not coming correctly? Because I'm doing the size, sometimes it's just my head go flip. The you get it from this, not from the size. We calculating the wrong one. That one is for the size. No, we did it correctly. 2048. So what I'm missing? If we miss, we can just go back to why I'm getting the result wrong. Yeah, you select 2040 multiplied by 512. Then you go to which is 1048576. So what we got us find 104876. It's a decimal. Okay, where is the calculator? Oh, I see what happened when you Control V. When we paste it and then we click decimal, I just did it. Now we find the correct one. You see the mouse is coming now to EB. You see all the zeros and then we have the EB. So you can see we are in the correct place. So the EB usually is the standard for this type of partition. So if you know the answer. You don't need to search for it. So the mistake, if you guys did, so you don't get mistake again, let's repeat what happened so we can be in the same place. So my mistake, what happened, I did this. So let's convert it. I did search, I did find search, go to my mistake. You can see this is 1000 now. What I did, I just copied there, which is correct, but when I click decimal, it transfer and place there. So you need to select decimal first, then put your correct value, and then it come here to the EB. So now the start of the so now where is the I would like to know how you can go to the top. Let's say search, go to decimal. How about I say to go to 0 point? Let's play with it. Oh, it's coming now straight to the top. So we know that, so we fix it with the magic. We put the 08 and we save it. We already saved it, so it's already saved. So now let's see what's the other question. What type of the partition? Okay. Remember when we said it start here, the partition, this is the partition, the first one. The byte for the partition is this one, 07. 07, we said it's NTFS, it's a Windows 1, so we know that number 7 is there. Then what's the size of the partition? Rounded to the gigabyte. So we can do the same things. So we go to so this is the partition. That's 7, that's there, that's the logical, that's the one we're looking for. So you can highlight and then you can see the value get. So let's copy this. Then we go to our friend calculator, Control A, Control V, multiply by 512. What we do the byte code, divide by, I'm tired to be honest to even think. Just ask Google. It's a 29.99. So now if why I'm keep getting the stuff wrong. So we're doing something wrong here. What's the size of the partition rounded to the near? I still remember it's not 30. So let's try 30. Don't think it's 30. It's 32. The answer is wrong. So what I'm doing wrong here? The size they said it, so you can just you can reverse and just multiply by 512. So what I'm doing wrong? You get 00BZ0323, so the one that I was using now, so the last four, this one's 00B003. So in our case is this one. So let's try find 03BF. Where is the hex? 03BF, and then reverse it, so it's F000, F000, which is the same what we get, 6291 6291 0464. So it's same thing. And then what we do, and then multiply by 512. Is this calculator the problem? I can't blame the calculator, guys, but copy. Don't trust Windows. Multiply 512. Yes, that's correct. 3. Huh. Let's see a website. Say 29.99 if you do. Oh my goodness, no. That is a wrong answer. Did we did something wrong here? Why I'm not getting the... This is the 4 for the search, and then this is the one for the size. Let's do this quickly. Let's open because we fix it, so we save that. We can add the FTK image to open it now, because it's we can go to image file, next browse it. Where is it? We fixed that one, so we can do finish. Now I tell you, now we can open the partition, 30.7 megabyte. This one doesn't give me, so we're able to open it now, but it says 30.371. Oh, it doesn't give you a full disk. Guys, I don't know why I'm getting it wrong. This is the corrupt one. We 00008, so we can open it fine, so but the calculation is not working for me. Let's go back again. Yeah, from the image you just take the like this one, 0B02320. The last one is the size, so the last four partition byte represent the number of the sector field as per our partition. This is 00B02303, and if we reverse it and the little endian, the becomes 03. The next step is to convert them to decimal. You can find the decimal value within by highlighting. That's what we did. The decimal value come to this. Now as we know, each bus size is 12 bytes. Multiply, you got, then convert to gig. So 62911045. But the answer is not correct. I mean, it's only one partition, so the EB is correct and FTFS. What is the size of the partition rounded to the nearest gigabyte? No, the way that it's set, it's just say 39. That's not 39 correct. I don't want to redo this. I don't know why. Let me pause so I don't waste people time. Let me pause. Give me. Let me check what I'm doing wrong. Hold on a minute. Hi everybody. I found the problem. That's correct, guy. That's why Shamla yesterday he said I didn't realize that one when he said, "Is it to me?" The answer, the size is using power of 10, not the power of 2, and he didn't understand what he's referring to. So now if you look, for example, now the bulk conversion to gigabyte is based on two binary units. Because we're using decimal units, we need to click in that one, and if I put now the value, you can see it's 32.2, so it's 32. That's one of the things that maybe the same mistake we did it in the other one. Let's go back to the other one. If I put now 32, it was playing with the decimal, so let's put 32, and we know it's 32 is the correct one. But after this, so even Google said she was going with the wrong one because it's a decimal. So let's go back to this. Remember, we have an issue here when we said this is 16. Um, the second partition, let's do it again quickly. Um, remember the MBR, the first one, when we said this is the first partition, this is the second partition. 1 2 3 4. So let's get that size, the size we get it there. So we have this number. So if I go to my calculator now, I almost didn't trust Windows. I thought maybe Windows is playing with me or something. See if 512. So let's count that. So if I come now to this, and now we got 16. Now the answer makes sense because the nearest byte, so it means the 48, it's less than 5, so you don't put it to 17, you take straight 16. So we got that correct. So Google was playing with me when he did it, but let's go back. Why Google was giving me this is a size of 2, but it doesn't tell you it's a size of 2. But this one should be decimal straight. The 15, the base of 2. That's why it's a base of 10. So let's go back. So this one is better. So this is why he said power 10 and by the conversion to 2. So if you do by 2, because we're using decimal, we do this one. So now we have a 16 clearer. So that's why we have a 16. Well, good. I hope guys you don't get upset. Now is the flag. After because we fixed the MBR, remember we'll be able to open it now. So now we look for where I forgot where it was. Where is which user? We have the administrator. Uh, is it in document? Oh, the MBR flag. So we can copy straight. Control C. And we got the flag. Okay, so the flag was under and the what, and the document, my music, my videos, MDR VATs. Is there a usually where is the what TryHackMe is hiding somewhere something? Let's see what is they hiding. Desktop. Oh, HXZ. That's why they install the file. Okay, let's not interest on that. How many users are there? Public and administrator. Okay. Okay, we do that. Now we go to the next one is GBT. Now the new one. So UEFI firmware with GBT partition scheme replace the bio that usually we know. Two reasons, because now the MBR only have 2 TB, but GBT can, and also 4 partition. That's why we always have this. You can see 4 line 1 2 3 4, so 4 partition. On the other hand, the GBT will have 128 partition, and the size is like gigantic. What is the size? It's 9 zettabyte, is like a big one. Now if we open, let's close this one because let's not slow the machine. Close. So if we open the GBT, short GBT, the first one you can see is all zeros, then there's something there, and then you go down, another thing, another thing. So let's see if I remember quickly what was there. So the GPT basically is new. So if you open, you can open, and then we have protective MBR. I think that's the zeros that we see there. Then the header, I assume this is the header. Let's follow the first zeros. Why they are zeros, by the way? The system should use a firmware to handle. However, some legacy systems still use bio firmware even though the disk is GPT partition. This can be a problem. To solve this problem, the GPT has protective MBR. The protection MBR is in disk first sector partition GPT. The purpose, so the first one is all these zeros is the protective MBR, and then we have this code, the protective code. The bootloader code. This bootloader code is not the same as it is with the general MBR. The bootloader code does not perform any function during the boot process, just there to look like the same standard MBR bootloader. So if we load, it's so this, so the byte is set to EE, indicating is a GBT. Okay. So for us, that line is always there indicating now. So EE is there. So oops, I can't switch there. Then MBR signature is $55. Oh, this one, you're talking about this. Oh, this one. Okay, so that's straight. And then we come straight to the most important part. The GPT header starts right after the 55. So now we're starting straight here. That's why it come to us. So for the primary GPT header, you only need to focus on the first 92 byte, which can give you some meaningful information. 92 by 16, how many of them? So 1 2 3 4 5, 5 by 50, 5 by 6. Why it's 60? It's not 16 multiply. Now I can't think. My brain is off. 92 multiplied by 16. It's not 16, so this 1 byte missing or something. There will be all zeros bytes for padding. Okay, we have the zeros. Okay, let's see if I remember. Oh, the signator. The first 8 are the signator. So we can have that 40. So the first 8 are the signator. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the first 8, which is signator. Revision, which is 1 because usually it's the version of it. Then this one, the 4 bytes, and then the header size, and then CRC. Which one is for us most important? The partition, the number of the partition, size of each partition. So that's what we're looking for. You say, guys, you can read about it. I'm getting confused already. So the disk queue, this is where we'll end up. Back, no, not this one. The first usable, the LBR does indicate the first address from which the partition can start in the disk, and then the header, the disk. It come in the 56 is a 16 byte. I think is this, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, the disk UID, the one, this one. Actually, I don't want to redo this video. Just from 56 to 71, there are 16 block. If you follow, where is this 1DF1? 1D. I can see it. Ah, this one. 1DF1. This is the block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you come back to 8, 9. So where is it in our set? This one. If I'm mistaken, so it be that one. So this is the block of our AD. So the 5671. So I don't know how you need to count them. We just look here from the same screenshot. 230. If you go there, it's already counted. 230 is the one that start there. So we know UI. This is the disk GUID, and then the next one, the partition entry, and that. Let's practice, because with this way we just confuse ourselves. The UID, you just do this. You can do whatever he said, or just do this. When you highlight it, it calculated for you automatic. So it calculated for you. So they tell you exactly how to do it here. He said to you, we can convert them to the standard UID format to this by just reformatting them. So basically put a dash there, dash there, dash there. So it's the same as or you can just do it, highlight it and it do it for you. Remember what the hell? EC EC39. I think you need to do that Indian things, little Indian. I don't think it's correct what he's doing here. 1DF1B0. I don't think is 1DF1B0. He's just said to just put them there. I don't think so. Oh, this is the disk UID. Okay. This is the UI. No. I'm confused here. It's two different things. The disk UIT. I think they'll come back. No, I will find it here. I was confused now. partition entry array, we saw that the sector 0 was copied to protective MBR, and now from the sector to the partition tree array start just like the partition table present in MBR with a few difference. Oh, I think we're doing something wrong here. Did we jump something? This is our I'm getting, what is the partition type UID of the second partition given at IGBT file? So this is the first part in 250. 250 is there. So we done with this part. That's the first block. Then we come, is it to the sector was occupied by the protective MBR and the GBT had occupied sector 1. Now from the sector to the partition array entry point, there is a total 1T8 partition GBT disk, and this partition entry array contains information about this partition. Below partition tree 128 byte. You can only see the 6 partition entry out of the total 128 entries of the GBT. This is because there are only 6 working partition in the disk. In our case, what we have as, how many we have? I assume this is like group 1, group 2, group 3, group 5, group 6. Okay. I'll give you an example from 400 to 470. So we're talking about this, the first one. So this group there, the 0 is the padding, so we know it's the end of it there. So if we do is the UID or something? No, it's not. Okay, the first one is the partition type UID, and the second unique partition UID. This is the one that we look at first, and they tell you how to partition type UID is the first block. So if we do the first block, (2873B) are the second partition. Okay, so we know that you can do this, or you can just highlight it. You highlighted it, it gives you the ID for you directly, so you don't need to. And then the next one, and then a start LBA and in LBA, the same as they did before. Then the address indicate the area. I think, guys, you can I'm sorry if I'm not explaining too much, but this one you need to sit and read of them. Let's go straight to one of the biggest things GPT replace MBR is redundancy. In case MBR, if your MBR gets corrupted or charged due to hardware issue, you have the minimum chance of recovery. Okay, that's cool. How many partitions are supported? And we talk about this is 128. What is the partition type in the second partition? The partition type would be the first block. So if I go now, this is the first partition, and then we know the zeros is, so this one is the first one, the second one is this one, this is the zeros end, so we can just the first block there, if you highlight it, you get this ID. You just copy the ID. Damn it, why isn't it copying? If I copy that, I can just get it there. The ID, we don't need put the brackets, so we can remove them. Or you can do practice, play around this, is reverse the first byte or something like that and do that. I had a script that did it for me in the morning. What is that script I did it? What's the name of this room? Vim info.py, no, not a py, vim gpt.txt. Let me remove this. Let's see if this script still working or because so if I copy the first block to 0 and copy this and then just come here and paste, and I can just do python 3 and for a couple of them let's do part 3. So he gave the partition. Let's see if it worked correctly. Did we got it correctly? Yeah, he can get it correctly. He get EC3 or 16. Oh, okay, he did. I'm gonna share this. This is info vim info3.py. Yeah, that's how we do the math. Thanks to II. So we can do this, and then you have the name of the partition. Is there a question about the name? Microsoft reserved partition, name of the partition. Oh, remember the name of the partition is the last one. The partition name, it's a whole bench from 56 now we get confused. Where is it? I don't know where to get 56 from. How many of them? 56 to 127, the end of it. So 72. Yay. 72, so it means 16 by 5, 50, no, not 50, 16, see, 4, 40, yeah, 4 blocks of 16, 40 and 4 by 6, 24, no, I didn't, let's continue to, so it's somewhere the last one, I don't know what, you start in 72, he said. So if we do second partition is 16, the 16 1 32 64 64 5 64 5 6 7 8 9 70 71. So this one should be the name of the partition. So depend on my script. The partition start from 4D. From this, that's when it start, all of this. And that's when it's a Microsoft, you can see some 4D, the last 64. Hey, I'm getting tired. Guys, don't get upset with me. Okay, this one is threat, of course, as before. Bootkit, ransomware, wiper, malware, wiper, GPT, backup, head and partition entry erase, so the system can recover. Okay, guys, you can read about it. As I said, when the room is free, I usually like to do the labs. Now, they give us what here? What's the question again? This when is when we use a biofirmware, the bootloader responsible for loading operating system is executed inside the MBR. However, when using UEFI firmware which support GBT partition scheme, the bootloader is not executed in the GBT. Instead, is located in UEFI file system. I still remember this somewhere. I forgot about it. and that they give us this the boot, and that's why the rootkit usually play around this one. We study the bootloader code. Bootkit can reside in UEFI files, and here they give us a scenario. Bootkit was detected in organization critical Windows server. The organization report no damage yet as the bootkit was contained. So they give us this. Let's go to there. Let's close this so the machine doesn't go down. Let's make a time first before we jump. Okay, we still have time. So if I go open, they give us this file. Now we have this. So if we go, well, you look funny to me. This is the file. Basically, it's not the bootloader or GPT or MBR. What the question is asking, which partition has the bootloader in it? Uh, it's located in EFI system partition, so the ESP, so that's one. And then what is the malicious string embedded in the bootloader? Of course, they give us here, they said it can see in axis. Okay, so uh, because it hides somewhere, he said we can see it in axis. This is decoded text, and if you scroll down, you see it here. That this one doesn't. You can't interpret it. Why? You can just copy it. You can't. It's a base 64. Let's see. Echo. Base 64 minus D. Okay, we got it. Hello, EFI Bootkit. But why that one doesn't give me? Why this one doesn't convert it? Decode text, but it can't convert to. Okay, guys, sorry for the trouble and the confusion. Maybe it's good when there's trouble and confusion, someone can learn from them. So at least now understand why Shamla was talking about base 10. So be careful when you do this, the conversion. So it's two binary or the decimal, because we're using decimal. We need to do this so you can, because it doesn't make sense, because 16.4 in math is 16 when you round it. So the point is there. The mistake also when I did the search, go to, be careful, you select first the decimal, then you paste. This room, it's good to learn, but there is a lot of information that you don't need to confuse yourself about it. Like for example, especially this, as we need we're more interested in the logical value. So all of this is not interesting for us. We just need to know what partition, the number, so we can how to fix. So we did that, and then the magic. That's how we fixed the corrupt. Remember, they give us this, and then we need to fix this also the magic, because we didn't have the magic number FFF. This is wrong, so this FF you need to correct it to the magic numbers, and we did that. So what was that one? The corrupt one. The corrupt one, we fixed that one. That's what we did, the 55, and we put the 008 byte. Then we have the GPT, the one that could be confused. So the first one is the 0, and then we have the first block, and you have this small signature revision, all of that, and then the partition, they say the 6 of them, and then we got this just by highlighting, or of course you can play around the math of it, or of course you can do the script like we did here, because my eyes are flipping for me. Sorry guys, I hope you don't get punished with the dislike, because some people, you put a video and they hit you with the dislike for some reason without any commenting. Thank you very much guys, and have a good day.